And a house doesn't give you money, it takes money away from you. It's a liability. But you're willing to give some money to it if it adds stability and enhances your happiness. So you have to really think about what's going to make you happy. So right now, what makes me happy is the flexibility, the lack of commitment, the lack of bills, and I trade off some conveniences for that. Everything's a trade-off. You have to be honest with yourself. There's people that screw their whole life away because they want everything to be perfect. They want the system to be perfect. They want society to be perfect. They want the weather to be perfect. And so what they do is they waste their life because we're in an imperfect world. Do I miss owning a home? I would say no, because when I owned a home, it was in an area I didn't want to be. And what I found in life is your best life is living where you're inspired, figuring out how to make an income there, and then putting down roots there. However, I have also learned that flexibility is your greatest asset, and you should only trade that off if you find a great deal. So when I sold my house, I traded off stability and comfort for flexibility because I didn't want to be in that area. And I didn't want the entanglement financially because I want to be able to get ahead and possibly retire early. So I gained my flexibility. And at that time, 3 years ago, there was no coronavirus. All the gyms were open. All the campgrounds were open. So it was a good decision. There was no doubt about that. I made the right decision selling my house. No doubt. Now, as I've been on the road 3 years, I've had my eye out periodically for a house, but I haven't found enough pros to overcome the cons. I almost did, but not enough. What are the pros that would make me give up some of my flexibility of being a full-time nomad? Well, the pros would be it's cost-effective enough to still maintain my financial goals. Because even living on the road, look, everything has a price, but I don't think I can live as cheap if I would own property again. I mean, my expenses would go up a little bit at bare minimum. So would I be willing to do that? Yes. I mean, I think I could buy a cheap place and still keep my financial goals, but those type of places do not come up often, especially in a good economy, because people are not looking to sell for a good price. They are financially stable, most of society, and they're not going to sell their property for a cheap price. So, but that would be something that has to be number one, because for me, my financial freedom equals my freedom. So I don't want to get entangled in something that is going to be a burden financially, number one. Number two is it has to be in a location I want, because I can buy a cheap-ass piece of property in the middle of nowhere, but I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere. I want to live by the beach, or at least have a home base by the beach. Now, do I want to be committed to one specific location? Well, it's definitely Florida, but I would like the flexibility to be able to travel in the summer, and that's why I go RV lot, because I still have the flexibility of kind of like being a nomad, but I still have a place to go to. I really want a home gym. With the coronavirus, wearing face masks and not really being able to work out full force, and some of the gym showers still being closed, there's two things I want. I want a home gym, and I want to be able to shower in a house where I don't have to worry. Now, could I do that without buying property? Yes, I could buy a big travel trailer, or one that has enough room for a home gym and a shower, or a motorhome, some type of bigger RV. Do I want to do that? No, because I still want to drive an everyday vehicle every day. I really don't want to drive a big rig or tow a big rig. But I may have to try to find something medium. I mean, ideally, I like the campground life because I never have to worry about utility bills, maintenance, being stuck in one area. If the neighbors bother me, I can move. So the only way I can really gain the pros of a home without owning a home is getting a medium-sized RV, whether it's a travel trailer or motorhome, having a home gym in there, and having a fully self-contained RV with a shower. So that could be an option. And then maybe also having some type of RV lot down in Florida somewhere at a cheap price. So that's something I got to look at. But right now, if you say, like, what's the biggest thing I miss about owning a home? Look, I would like a home gym, a home shower, and at night I would like to know I have one place with temperature control. That's the biggest thing that I miss about a house. What I don't miss is property taxes, utility bills, neighbors, hurricanes, home insurance, maintenance, being stuck. So it's not easy to find a place that, gives you a lot of pros and not a lot of cons. And so I have to be patient, and I have to remember that flexibility is my greatest asset. And the only time you should give up your flexibility is if there's a lot of pros. There's always going to be cons, but there has to be more pros than cons. And what I found living on the road is, even though there's cons being a full-time nomad, the pros, especially with regards to your flexibility, gives you an edge on society. You can move anytime during a storm. If there's a job relocation, you can move to an area where there's abundant jobs. And you can visit family at a snap of a finger, start of your car. So, the flexibility is a great thing. I mean, and you really don't want to give that up the younger you are. The older you get, it's something to consider. Again, not that you want to get to your 60s, 70s and then never travel, but, look, it's just something you think about, or I think about. So, I don't know, I don't miss much. And right now, I don't even know if I would really miss anything if the coronavirus wasn't around and I was able to shower and work out in a gym. However, as I'm talking this out, and you should talk out your dreams, your goals, your things on your mind, even before the coronavirus, I was looking at home bases. So what's the criteria in my home base? I would like to be under 100,000, ideally under 50,000, but that's not realistic in today's market. Low property taxes, an RV lot, because then I wouldn't have to pay for home insurance. When you have an RV lot, you just have an RV pad, so you don't have to pay for like flood insurance. You still kind of have to pay for liability insurance in case someone comes on your property, slips and falls, they could still sue you. Isn't that crazy? So, is that worth it? I don't know. As I talk it out, it's crazy, man. I don't know if it's worth it, man. So, what do I do when in doubt? I keep it simple. I don't commit. But really, right now, like, as I woke up this morning, I want to work out. I want to have a shower. And right now, those things are hard to come by with the coronavirus. But I like that, I don't have any bills. I don't have any commitments. I don't have any maintenance. I have a lot of options. So that kind of soothes my soul a little bit. It's the trade-offs of life. So like I say, when in doubt, keep it simple. When in doubt, keep it simple. When in doubt, less commitments. Less commitments. Why? So you can be flexible until it's time to change again. And you're not stuck. So, that's it, guys. I really don't miss a house. I'm a single guy, no kids, no pets, don't want those things. So again, everyone's different. You have to, talk this out in your mind. But don't buy a house where you don't want to live. Don't buy too much house. And remember, a house is not going to make you happy. A house is only going to enhance whoever you are. It's just like they say, like, money's not going to make you happy. It's like things of a resource, that's all a house is, that's all a money is all it does is enhance who you are. So, and a house doesn't give you money, it takes money away from you. It's a liability. But you're willing to give some money to it if it adds stability and enhances your happiness. So you have to really think about what's going to make you happy. So right now, what makes me happy is the flexibility, the lack of commitment, the lack of bills, and I trade off some conveniences for that. Everything's a trade-off. You have to be honest with yourself. There's people that screw their whole life away because they want everything to be perfect. They want the system to be perfect. They want society to be perfect. They want the weather to be perfect. And so what they do is they waste their life because we're in an imperfect world. The earth itself is on a tilt. It's not even straight, okay? And so until you can get comfortable with, making the most of your life in an imperfect world, just focusing on your best life until you can get comfortable with going after your best life and stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You're never going to be happy. You're always going to be miserable, and I'm never going to want to be around you. I'm damn sure never going to want you to be my neighbor. So wouldn't it be nice to be my neighbor? All right, guys. Peace and love. Stay positive. Click that thumbs up. Thank you to all my channel members. I'll see you every night I go live. All my members can come in that live stream. Anyone can watch, but only the members can chat. So if you'd like to be a member, click that blue join button, 33 cents a day. You can cancel at any time. You get custom emojis, custom badge, and you can do a happy dance. All right? Peace and love, guys. Stay positive. Keep showing up. When in doubt, even if it's not perfect, at least you showed up. At least you were consistent, and that will get you further than every lazy, apathetic person that's waiting for the perfect conditions. Peace and love.